changers. Look, none of y'all don't even know what that is. We had, I think, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was one of the movies. And I always liked the fact that the Washington Redskins, they won the Super Bowl that year. I threw that in for my husband because I'm a football wife. You heard that, honey? I'm earning my cool points, so I got to put it in when I can get it in. But really, what I want to say to you all today is, I love music, and I remember when I was at PTC, one of my favorite songs was Michael Jackson. It was #1 on the charts, and it was The Way You Make Me Feel. And I remember, jamming on my way to class, after I came from work, after I took care of my daughter, but I know what you're feeling because I've been there. But another song that was absolutely awesome was Don't Worry, Be Happy. And I remember that song many a days coming from PTC. So I know some of you are probably saying, I was pretty worried about getting here today and actually graduating. Or some of you are worrying a little bit about what are you going to do when you leave here today. Well, I say to each of you, don't worry, you're prepared. You are prepared. Many of you have started this journey years ago, some few months ago, but you have spent endless nights and days leaving work, taking care of the kids, to come to class. Well, tonight, your hard work is going to pay off. It is with great honor and humility that I share with you today, for the next few minutes, some encouraging words to help you live your best life. When I consider today, what should I say to these graduates? Should I tell them about my experience at PTC, or should I go and talk to some graduates who are working in the industry and ask them, how your degree, how's it working for you? How's your certificate working for you? What did your license mean to you? What kind of economic impact did that make? Or should I really just talk to the students about how this one decision that you made is going to really change your life? So as I do with everything that is important to me, I went to the greatest teacher of all, the great I Am, and I asked, what can I impart today? And I was reminded of a sermon that my pastor preached one Sunday, and it was called, Who Are You Really? Calm down, I'm not going to preach. I know we're in a church, but I am not going to preach. So I won't be preaching today, but for a minute, I just want you to consider, who are you? Are you led and motivated? Do you lead and motivate others? Are you motivated by others who know how to lead? Remember that you worked very hard for this very defining moment in your life. So don't let someone else dictate your future. You earned it. It's your journey. So it's up to you where it leads you to. In this journey, we'll have what I like to call mirror moments. That's moments when you kind of got to look in the mirror and kind of encourage yourself because things just might not be going exactly how you want it. We all have mirror moments. We have to. We have to stay encouraged. There'll be times when your friends, your family, this new job, or the one you thought you was going to get but it didn't quite come through, and you still have to encourage yourself. So the first thing in encouraging yourself, you got to believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it, whatever it is. It is true that you definitely get out of life what you put into life. So when there is little effort, there will be little reward. And although you have spent endless nights that we've talked about, you spent days, Sundays, evenings, at work, in your car, You spent all of this time working on your license or your certification. But there will be times when someone questions whether you have the skill or the ability or the smarts or the tools to actually get the job done. So that's one of those mirror moments. That's one of those opportunities where you really sit down and encourage yourself. You are definitely the key to your success. Believe in yourself. Believe and take pride in what it is that you aim to do in life. Now me, I'm the queen. My husband knows I'm the queen, my kids knows I'm the queen, my boss knows I'm the queen, and I wear a tiara. You may not see it, but I promise you it's right there. I wear a tiara everywhere I go. But if I'm gonna wear the tiara, I have to wear the tiara. So know that you are a king and a queen wherever you are. So wear your tiara, wear your crown with pride. It's not being arrogant, it's called pride. Taking pride in what you have accomplished. Taking pride in where you are at this stage in your life. I have taken tremendous pride in the woman in the mirror. And I want you to take that same pride when you see yourself in the mirror. Because actually, each and every one of you, you're one of a kind. But what kind are you? You know, there's some different kind of folks. Now, we have what I call knockoff folks. You know, the person that looks good on the outside, walks and talks a good game. When you start to look at them a little closer though, the threads are coming apart, you know, and they stroll with that Coach bag. You look a little closer, and it's a Coach bag. You know, none of y'all in here are those kind of people. Those are knockoff kind of folks. Or maybe you know what I call put-off folks. Put-off folks, those are the kind of people who always walks around and blames somebody else for their misfortune. They are always talking about somebody's jealous of them, somebody wants what they got, or they got what they should have had, but they're quick to criticize. I know we don't have any put-off folks in the audience. Or, one of my personal favorites, show-off folks. You know, the one that walks into the room, louder than the music, dressed shorter than jogging shorts, men cologne stronger than a sun. You know, them show-off folks that come through. You don't have to be a show-off. I truly believe that all of you graduates, you're who I call set it off folks. You're gonna set it off when you come out of here. You're gonna set it off in this community. You are the individuals that are focused, you're innovative, you're determined, you're quality, you are awesome. So your destiny and where you go is determined by you. I know that you all are going to do some big things. As graduates, please know always do big things. Bold, intelligent, gun-ho things. Things that are going to change this society. So, because you're big and you're going to set it off, you have absolutely no need to announce that you should be in the room. Just know that you should be in the room. And you walk that way. Remember, people are interested. You're going to find out. We are all celebrating today. But there will be times when people will shout out your failures. And then they're going to whisper about your successes. So know that you earn the spot that you're in. And then you don't need others to approve where you are and what you've earned, because you did the work. You did it. Nobody else did it. Now believe that you deserve it. This all sounds good and grand, but life is wonderful. Believe in the life that you desire to have. For example, I've worked very hard to get where I am. And I know I chose to go to school like 3 nights a week and on weekends. I sacrificed a lot of vacations with my kids and missing the baseball game and basketball games. But that was my choice. And no one could ever make me feel bad about that. Because in fact, I think that my family deserved a better life. So that's why I did it. I was willing to make the sacrifice, to make whatever I need to do to make it happen. You all have made that sacrifice. You have made the sacrifice of not having the time with your family. So I wanted to share with you a couple of things that Covey said in the book of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly effective people always start with the end in mind. This is what we call the second habit. And it's based on imagination, the ability to envision in your mind what you cannot presently see with your eyes. How awesome is that? It is based on the principle that all things are created twice. Once in the mental, and secondly in the physical. Just as a building is created from the blueprint. If you don't make a conscious effort to visualize where you are and what you want in your life, then you empower other people in other circumstances to shape where your life will be. Each of you have made the decision to be here today. So it's about believing and connecting with your own uniqueness and defining who you want to be as you take this next journey in your life. So I suggest to you that you start with the end in mind. Begin each day, each task, each project with a clear vision of the direction that you want to go in. And then believe that you deserve what you envision for yourself. And lastly, believe in actions, not reactions. Don't be reactive. Like I tell my kids all the time, failure to plan on their part doesn't create an emergency on my part. But it is true. If you fail to plan, you must be planning to fail. So you have to plan. We all have choices. We can either happen to the world or the world can happen to us. I'm very intentional about the direction and where I'm going and what I want to be. And you all have been very intentional about the direction that you're going. And it's very true that life does happen. And we cannot control everything. But we must at least prepare. Be prepared. Map out our direction. Map out where we want to be. And we will end up exactly there. But if we don't, we'll usually end up following somebody else's plan for our life. Now, I've been tremendously blessed. Blessed beyond measure. I have a loving family. I have the best husband ever. And I have a career that I absolutely love. And I am given opportunities to give back to my community all the time. And I got to say to you, in all of these roles that I play, giving is the one that gives me most pleasure. Now, I realize that my story can be any of our stories. But I do want you to know that it will get tough. But when you believe in yourself, things will happen. I have 4 kids, 3 college graduates, and my younger son is in the Navy. And I remember my daughter, who's a civil engineer, when she was sitting in that seat, right before she came down, she said, "Mom, you know what? I believed in myself, and I did not give up." And she also said something to me that I'll share with you. And that was, what I'm going to make sure I do is once I get this degree, I will never let failure go to my go to my heart, and I will never let my successes go to my head. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I did pretty good. She got it. So I say to you, as we all know, it is difficult to make things happen, but when we believe in what we do, you too can be a success in your industry. Pinellas Technical College has given you the entree to your best life. Many of you will start careers, start businesses, come and visit us at the Business Center. We will help you do that. Or you may continue your education. Graduates, always remember, believe that you can, believe that you deserve it, and let no actions keep you from those beliefs. So, because you believed, and you are here today because you believed, I want to end by saying the same question that I asked when I first came up. And that is, who are you? How have you defined who you want to be in this life? Who do you want to be in the industry that you have worked so very hard to get into? Think about it. My challenge to each of you is to be awesome. When you have made that decision of what it is that you want to be. Now, because I work for the county government, I do a lot of proclamations. They're long, real long. And to transition one phrase to another, it always says, therefore. So you're reading and it's therefore, and you keep going, therefore. And I listened to it one day and I'm like, therefore. That's a transition. So I say to you, really understand what the word means. And that is, what are you there for? It's not just for proclamations. It's for us to realize, what are we there for? Now I can tell you what my therefore is. My therefore is to be a blessing to someone every day. That's my therefore. What I would like for the graduates, the parents, the friends, the teachers, we all need to define what's our therefore. What are we there for? Why are we there educating the students? Why are we there receiving the education? What's your therefore? So I bid you all good night, and I do want to say with my whole heart, I know what it took to be in those seats. And Bo is so proud of me because I said Pinellas Technical College correctly every time. So thank you all for coming. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and God bless you.
Only thing I